Well, I said middle grade next. A different day and after a holiday, and I'm still getting this up, I think. I shouldn't be too bold. But no, it was Tuesday evening around 8 o'clock-ish. I get a message from number 2 daughter that labor acts like it might be starting. She's not sure, and I'm supposed to go down and be in the hospital after she gives birth so that her husband can go home and sleep, right? Be with their, oldest daughter, and my number 4 daughter is also going down, but I'm the middle of the night person, so I'm the one to call for that, right? And so I throw everything in a bag because she'd given me enough information that I'm like, you're going to have this baby in 24 hours or less. Probably 48 or less, but more likely 24 or less. And then at about 10-ish o'clock, he's like, well, it was speeding up, and now we think maybe slowing down. She's drinking some warm water to see if we can slow it down a bit. And I'm like, you're so cute. Okay. And I just let them do their thing, emptied the dishwasher, or started to, when I get the call, yeah, we're going in. So off I go, and I was down there from Tuesday night through early, I think it was Friday morning. Yeah, early Friday morning. I left there at like 11:30 Thursday night and got home at around 3 because, weather. There were puddles, guys, on the freeway. I mean, I would never have seen it if a car in front of me hadn't slowed way down and splashed everywhere. So I slowed way down. I wasn't going that fast because rain and hydroplaning and stuff like that, right? So you slow. Some people know about this. And then there's LA. Anyway, no, actually, I have to admit, they were, especially down in Orange County, I was really impressed. I'm not accustomed to seeing people drive well in rain, and they actually did. So, what can I say? But yeah, got home, and I actually had time. I could have walked in the door, gone and gotten the books out and done the thing, and I was like, no, I'm just going to rest and relax and kick back. So I didn't do anything, and I'm okay with that. But I have listened to some great books. I finally started on Mary Stuart, and have I got stuff to talk about? I'm actually going to do a video about one of Mary Stuart's books, Thorny Hold, and compare, contrast, etc. with Elizabeth Gooch's The White Witch, because there are a lot of similarities, and I have surprising opinions. They surprised me anyway on the whole thing, and so I was like, I think that would be a fun one to talk about. So I'm gonna do that maybe next. But I also feel like I've read a lot of books, and so I probably should do kind of a mid-month kind of thing to break that up, or maybe not. I don't know. Maybe I just, this was good, this wasn't good, this was good, this wasn't good. Boom, bam, baby, done. What do you think? I don't know. So with all of that, I am now ready, I think, for middle grade. I have a stack. This is not my only stack. I know that I've been considering rereading the Meg books, the Meg Mysteries by Holly Beth Walker. Those books would totally fit the prompt for 3 names. I'm just saying. And they're fun, they're just a fun mystery series. I was thinking about Understood Betsy, and I even was thinking about redoing Dear Enemy, but that's probably really more like YA. And I have one here that I think is more like YA, but we shall see. And I have, it's really hard, because I'm still trying. I've been doing pretty well with my trying to keep my words, find a way to make them fit. And I actually, what book was it that I was going to read? Well, hello, Mr. Motorcycle. That I was going to read, and I could not it's February, so I was trying to come up with size, and I could not come up with anything other than this book has a size. It is average size. Well, that was even a little bit much for me. So I was like, And there's other books I want to read, so I just chose something else. If it comes to me, I will probably forget again anyways. But yeah, so we have middle grade March. This year they have 5 prompts, and I'm going to see if I can remember them. It is an author with 3 names. It is a book with a flower on the cover, a book that involves travel, a book written in the 1900s, and a book that is part of a series. And the fun thing is, so the 2 group reads are The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett, 3 names, and Moongarden has flowers on the cover and is part of a series. This involves space travel. She travels from India, so there's travel in both. Travel, flowers on the cover, 3 names, part of a series, and then written in the 1900s. This was 1907. So, or at least published in 1907. Who knows? She could have written it back in 1852. We don't know. So, but anyway, yeah. Really looking forward to it. So these both fit all of the prompts. So you read these 2, you've done the entire thing. Boom, bam, baby. So the Moongarden is a secret garden retelling, but in the future, in space, and all the fun stuffness. And it's really kind of silly / funny / funny, haha. The Moongarden, when that came out, it's really funny because I recognized the title. I mean, the cover. I mean, it's pretty recognizable cover, right? I recognized the cover and I was like, I've seen that and I've heard of that, and yeah, I want to read that, so I'm definitely going to do this. And I went straight to the library like a good little girl, and I put a hold on it. Well, I'm going to be going and removing my hold because, yeah, I go out to pull out some other books for this, and they're just sitting on my shelf. I think, who was it that talked about this? Was it Krista? I think it was Krista that talked about this, and I was so excited that I went straight to eBay and bought a used copy. So, yeah. Those 2 books are definites for me. And so, okay, time is the word for Chantal Reads All Day. So, future is a time, past is a time, easy peasy lemon squeezy. I mean, you can't get easier than that. Then, this is my Chantal Reads All Day book. Night is a time of day. Kimberly, Brubaker, Bradley. It fits one of the prompts. So I'm not actually I'm trying not to use those 2 books for any of my prompts. We shall see if I pull this off. So, The Night War, it's by that gal that wrote The War That Saved My Life and all the stuffness. It says, we don't choose how we feel, but we choose how we act. And I love that because feelings are real. They lie, but they are real. And they're not always lying, but they do lie, but they are real. There's just that. So it says, 1942, and 12-year-old Miriam, who is Jewish, is not safe. With help and quick thinking, Miri is saved from the roundup that takes her entire Jewish neighborhood. She escapes Paris, landing in a small French village where the spires of the famous Chateau de, I can't see it quite right, Chemonceau, I don't know, rise high in the sky. Its bridge across the river Cher like a promise, a fairy tale. But Miri's life is no fairy tale. Her parents are gone, maybe alive, maybe not. When she's taken in at the boarding school near the chateau, Miri must pretend to be Catholic to escape Nazi capture. One night, she is called upon to undertake a deadly task, one that spans the castle grounds, its bridge, and the very border to freedom. Here is her chance to escape, to find her parents. But will she take it? One thing is certain, the person Miri meets that night will save her life, and the person Miri becomes that night could save the lives of many more. If that isn't a yes, please, I don't know what is. So this is my Chantal book. It has time of day, night, and we're sitting pretty. Now, my poor husband is dealing with a dead mouse. I feel bad for him. Anyway, so this one, I don't know if this book is middle grade or YA. I would have said YA because it says 19-year-old Jacob, but then it says, and his younger sister. So then I don't know. So I would love to know if this is middle grade. I'm guessing it's YA, but because I saw it, because I've been wanting to read it, I decided to do this because Bletchley, Riddle, this fits more time. And so, oh, wait a minute. But as far as the prompts go, travel. There's a motorcycle. I'm assuming that there's travel. So that's a book that I would like to know more about. I'm setting it aside until I know. I have not looked up to see if it's YA or middle grade, but I thought maybe somebody would know and I wouldn't have to do it. I'm gonna put that. I'm gonna. Okay, here's the deal. I have read a lot of this book. I have not read it on Goodreads, and I would like to read it all in one chunk instead of in the pieces that I did before. This is the second book in the Road Trip Rescues series by Becca Wierwille. And so the boy we met in the first book, Daniel, his brother Mateo is getting married and the bride goes missing. So they all traipse off to, I think it's Guatemala. I'm pretty sure. Is it Guatemala? Pretty sure it's Guatemala. And, you know, all the things. He wants to stop the wedding. And, yeah, Guatemala. And, you know, it's all about him going home. So there's travel, definitely. Air and vehicle. And then also, you know, weddings are a big time of your life. So I can count that for time, right? I'm going to go with that. So yeah, isn't that just a beautiful cover? I just love these road trip covers. They're just stunning, and I like the colors in it that make, I don't know why, but these are the colors that I've seen in like Guatemalan weaving and stuff, and I don't know if that was deliberate or what, but yeah. So that is a strong contender, but I'm gonna say definitely that's a travel option. As for part of a series, I still haven't read The Jeweled Moth, although I believe I started it. Pretty sure I started it. These by Katherine Woodfine. Katherine Woodfine. These are those cool mysteries that also have extra stuff in them. Looks like my daughter's home with a bunch of friends and stuff, but so they have extra clues, but they're mysteries. Hang on. She has a new friend that the dogs don't know, so they get all worked up about. Anyway, so it's a mystery series. This is book 2. I read book 1. I loved book 1, and I would like to continue the series. So, yeah. So this one, time-wise, it takes place back in the 19th century. It's part of a series, so that's what you have for. I don't know why. So for flowers on the cover, since we're going all Secret Garden, I thought I might do the Tarnished Garden and maybe even also the Gilded Girl. These are kind of like magical retellings of the Secret Garden and A Little Princess. So these obviously take place in other times, and they have flowers on the cover, and I was having trouble finding books with flowers on the cover. Let me tell you, I was shocked. So I pulled this one out, and when I saw this one, I noticed that there are tiny little flowers. So I'm like, okay, we can do this. So one of these, if I read one, I'll probably go all in on the Secret Garden stuff and read this one. But I really want to read these because I want to know if I want to keep them. you know, they've been sitting on my shelf for a couple of years, and if I don't want to keep them, then I would like to pass them on to someone who would like to read them. So there's those. So I've done series. I've got my 3 names, and Bletchley technically has 4. But I think, now I'm not sure about this. This is Beatrice by DiCamillo, and I'm not sure if this book has travel in it, but I was looking through it and I found spots where it looks like there's going to be, yeah, she was on the back of a horse, wrapped tightly in a scratchy, terrible smelling cloth, a blanket, or a cloak. So, I mean, there's definitely travel in here. So we're calling this one the travel. And it might have been written notes 2021. So this is Beatrice. Did I say that? Anyway, this is the Beatrice Prophecy. Okay, I thought it was just Beatrice. It's the Beatrice Prophecy, and it says, "It is written in the Chronicles of Sorrowing that one day there will come a child who will unseat a king. The prophecy states that this child will be a girl. Because of this, the prophecy has long been ignored." Yeah, so that's all I know about it, but I feel like I heard about this from Krista. I don't recall if she's read it or not, but I'm pretty sure Krista is the one who, I like that bee. And there are some really cool illustrations. Let me see if I can find. Well, that's not a very cool one. There we go. So, I feel like Beatrice has no hair. I feel like I remember seeing that somewhere else. No, there's hair there, so I don't know. Maybe I'm remembering another book. But anyway, so this is going to be my travel, and I'm really excited about that. No, this is the one that was published in 1907, The Enchanted Castle. So when was The Secret Garden published? Well, I don't remember when it was published, but I do remember that Krista on the middle grade March announcement video said that this was 1900s. So I'm trusting that she knows what she's talking about. And then, so, but this one's the 1907. So I got that wrong. Sorry. But I'm going to, for 1900s, I've been wanting to read this. Come on. It has dinosaurs. But for 1900s, I want to read The Enchanted Castle. Used to belong to Kayla somebody. I'm not going to say her last name because she might not like that. I don't know who she is. I doubt she would ever know. I doubt anyone would know her name, but why not? It's really strange how they don't put the original publication date anymore. That's just why. Why aren't we doing this? I guess maybe because it's now in the public domain. That's probably it. Anyway, so it says, Gerald, Kathleen, and Jimmy hope to find adventure when they set off to explore the woods, but they get far more than they bargained for when they discover the Enchanted Castle. At first, they seem to be in a fairy tale come true until a friend turns invisible, thanks to a magic ring that she can't remove. Adventure follows adventure as they seek to control the magic, but the magic has a will of its own, and it's all they can do to keep up. Faced with sleeping princesses, magic rings, and moonlit gardens filled with enchantment, the children must use all their courage and ingenuity to control the magic and solve the mystery surrounding the Enchanted Castle. So that sounds like a whole lot of fun. So yeah, it's kind of a big book. I mean, it's got a lot of pages, but they're pretty, they're large pages, which is why it feels like, but it's pretty large print and spacious print, and there's a lot of illustrations, so I'm thinking this is going to be a pretty quick read. So, but this is 1900s, and then the last one So the Enchanted Castle, I'm going time. Time is messed up when you're disappearing into a place that doesn't exist. I'm going with that because that feels real to me. So Chantal mentioned a kind of spark, and it reminded me that I bought this at Target way back when. And yeah, I don't think it fits any of the prompts. This one is, I believe she is neurodivergent, and it says the witches weren't magic, they were different, like me. Ever since Ms. Murphy told us about the witch trials that happened centuries ago, right here in Juniper, I can't stop thinking about them. If I were one of those women, I would want someone to remember me. I'm autistic. I see things that others do not. I hear sounds that they can ignore. And sometimes I feel things all at once. I won't let the witches be forgotten because there is more to their story. Just like there is more to mine. So, there's no time. The author has 2 names. It was not written in the 1900s. I don't think there's trouble. And the only remotely flowery kind of thing that I can say is that this little awards symbol thingy, it looks like a flower made out of people. Can't be a snowflake because there are 8 points. So we're going with that. So if I have time, I want to read this one. Again, I want to know, do I even want to keep this book? It sounds good, but I don't know. There are children out there, but I don't know whose children and why. But yeah, so these are my middle grade March books. I don't know how many I'll get to, but my goal is to read as many as possible. But for sure, I will read The Secret Garden, the Moongarden, and The Night War. Crazy stuff going on out there. I'm kind of concerned. So I'm going to say goodbye, and I'll put a little something in here if something's wrong. Have a good one.